Discipline is the lifestyle of it, like you're explaining, right? So when you have this lifestyle, you're not thinking about it's like driving a car. You're not thinking about this. You already have this reflexes, So it's almost the same as discipline. You don't think about this. You know if you have to go. The mentality would tell you, hey, I shouldn't go today. Physically, you're ready to go.
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Hey guys, welcome back to KohPhanCast. This week I have a great guest for you. My guest is named Mando. Mando is a Muay Thai expert. He's top of the chain of discipline, of resilience, of manhood, of self-exploration. This guy is so great. Before the talk, please guys, share these clips, share this video, subscribe to the channel, enjoy this conversation. Let's go. Peace. How are you, brother?
I'm chilling.
Take
bro.
it just a little bit closer to you.
Right there.
Yeah. You can take it even a little bit more. Just, easy,
Right
so we
there.
can hear you loud and clear.
I got you.
Bro, thank you for doing this.
Blessings, bro. Thank you.
For sure. Like, I'm starting this by complimenting my guest because I try to choose my guest based on like the amount of passion they have towards life and like the amount of force they are showing like in the moment,
Right.
and you're probably one of the most explosive guys I know here. When you give your hot shit, it goes far. Everybody listen, everybody hear, everybody stops and looks at you.
I appreciate
This
that.
energy is beautiful, and I can't wait to dive inside whatever you're doing there, bro, because
Let's
it's
go.
it's going good. It's
Let's
going
go.
good for you. Give me a little bit of background about you.
Well, basically, I'm half American, Trinidadian. I was born in Trinidad, the Caribbean. Raised up there, basically half my life. Moved to New York City. It was wild childhood. Had a good childhood. Lots of crazy activities. We had like jungle around. It was mostly boys, so my cousins, my neighbors, everyone was close. So it was easy to get around as well too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was wild, man. Hunting, fishing. My dad did it as well. So we would learn from them things that we would cook. This type of stuff. Yeah.
Hunting at what age?
I mean, like 7, we was fishing, bro. 6, 7, 8, we were shooting birds out the trees. Climbing for food.
That's awesome, because I can see that the way there's so many ways to get your childhood,
Right.
and as a person that spent most of his childhood like sitting at the computer and playing games,
Mm-hmm.
and I can see 7, 8-year-old guys that like hunting,
Yeah. Yeah.
being so active at such a young age must be getting you like. Did you always like had a passion towards fighting, towards like physical activities?
Well, when I was younger, my mom put us in karate, and that's where it started. My brother was good at that. I hated it because the group and all of that. Like I was more go on the outside, climb a tree, that type of stuff. It was not like inside, but I got some techniques from there, some discipline from there at a young age. But I didn't compete. My brother did, and my mom was always active as well in exercising. My dad was a cop, so he was fit back then, not now. Shout out to my dad. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it started from young being active, and I stayed like that until my military career.
And like at what military? The U.S.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how long did you serve for?
Well, I can't really see how long, but
Yeah.
basically I did my time, and it was a dangerous job. It was a great job. It was my goal in life, possibly my only goal. From a kid, I wanted to be like maybe G.I. Joe. You're growing up, you're seeing the Vietnam War
Yeah.
on TV, you're seeing this tour of duty. This was my show.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives me like inspiration, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At a young age. Plus my dad was a cop, like I said, so I was around this type of how you say behavior structure.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
discipline.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, allowing yourself to understand the fact that you can sacrifice your life for your loved ones.
Yeah, for sure.
That's huge values to stand for. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
that's beautiful. You know that the amount of like. And it's not like it was mandatory for you. Like in
Nah.
Israel, the army is mandatory.
Right,
So
right,
whether
right.
I wanted it or not, I did it.
Has it been like that for a long time?
Yeah,
Mandatory?
yeah. I think the state of Israel, like from the beginning, didn't allow us to have like this. You know, if you want, do
Right.
it. There is no want.
And
Like,
that's guys and girls.
yeah,
I got
everybody.
you. I
Like
got
there's a
you.
little bit less than guy. I don't even remember how long
Right,
it is right now.
Right.
But like, it's such a beautiful thing to see someone that doesn't have to do it. You can take your own time. You can just do
Yeah,
your
for
shit.
Sure. It's not for everyone, for
Yeah,
sure. You know what I mean? It's like some are cut for it, some get broken by it.
And how did you get from the Caribbean to US?
Well, long story short, my
Why
parents
short?
divorced.
Give me the whole story,
My
bro.
parents divorced. I moved with my mom, joined the army, and it was just from there. It was straight to my goal as soon as I got there. Because I didn't want to waste no time. I wanted to get out my parents' house. You know, it's like the
Yeah.
American thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least at 18.
And like, you finished your army service, and if that was the whole goal you had, where are we going from here?
Well, I take life very slowly
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
Different mentality than before. Try to slow it down. See life for what it is. Try to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
Because before, after the military, it's wild. You know,
For
I
sure.
still have this kick that, you know, I want to go back, see
The
the
contrast
action.
must be so like
Yeah,
going
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
a 100 to 0. Suddenly, you're looking around, especially at that kind of
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
and you're like, oh wow, time moves completely different.
Yeah. Everything's structured, you know?
Yeah.
And you try to get that when you come out the military, and you can't. It's hard to find it. So a lot of guys go back
Because that's the only
searching for
reality
that.
they
It's,
know.
it's almost like a drug, bro. It's wild. Can't really explain it, but it's almost like a drug that you want to go back to this constant.
Yeah.
It's
I-
more than adrenaline.
Yeah, I can only guess that it has something to do with the adrenaline in your brain,
Mhm.
that you are on alert for such a
Right.
long time, that
Yeah.
eventually
Fight or
when when it comes down, you're suddenly like, oh, like this thing that I'm used to in my brain,
Yeah.
suddenly it's not there.
Yeah.
And when it's not there, your body will keep looking for it.
For sure. For
That's like serving the military, especially at, you know, like in the US military. Never met anyone other than you until now, yeah, but it always seems, you know, the portrayal from movies and from cinema and TV,
Yeah.
everything looks so sharp, the action, this, that.
I mean, it's pretty structured, like I say. It's definitely top class military in the world. I'm proud. I'm a patriot. I love it. I loved my job, and the politics behind it, for sure. No,
Yeah.
everything has changed, you know. But I can't say anything too bad about it.
Absolutely, no.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, people, everyone, with all the respect,
Yeah,
entitled
yeah.
to their opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Stories exist from here to whoever the fuck, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the soldiers that sacrificing their life,
Yeah.
and the people that staying there, not because of, like, you know, the conspiracies of oil and this and that.
Yeah.
You are there because your heart is
Yeah,
full
for
of
sure.
commitment.
You for sure. It's like you see the flag, you see what you're fighting for, you see the purpose, and then you give it your all. I mean, some die, and it's very horrible. You know, some people die, you lose your life. Innocent people as well too. But you gotta find a way to structure yourself and move back on. Slowly, it'll take time for sure.
What helped you at low points?
At my lowest point, bro, I think weed. Because I was drinking when I got out. Drinking all the time, partying. Alcohol was not in the... I was still working out.
Yeah.
Still having that discipline of waking up early. Doing what I gotta do, but partying hard. I wasn't on the drugs or anything like that. and I never smoked before. No cigarettes and all of that during my career. So when I got out, I got injured in Iraq in the war and all of that. So I started using marijuana for pain slowly, and it started working. And then the drinking
Yeah.
came down,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, it changed my whole perspective on how I think and all of that. It was amazing. Not
Where,
just weed, but family as well.
yeah,
You know.
accepting,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
care for you.
Yeah, for sure, bro. When I came back from war the first time, my mom didn't know who I was. Like, they didn't understand like
Yeah.
this whole mentality.
Yeah, I remember myself like during, I think it was 2016 or 2015,
Yeah,
I don't remember. As a soldier, I had to. We had
you
a
did your
war.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good,
I
bro.
did my time, and we got inside Gaza,
Right,
and yeah, it changes you.
it changes you. Yeah,
Because
for sure.
until now you practiced, but now suddenly you look left and right, and those people are the only ones you can.
Yeah, yeah. It's a different type of trust. I should
Yeah,
say it's a
100%.
Yeah,
You know that if you are not going to be a team player right now, and if you are not
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to do what you need to do, and your focus will not shift to the right thing,
this is it.
it's done.
This is it. You break focus in a war zone. It's like kryptonite. It's just it kills you. I mean, you gotta stay not ultra focused, but there's times you drop your guard, but there's a discipline behind that as
Yeah.
well. You gotta know when to turn on and off.
Take this a little bit towards you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
you gotta know when to switch on and off.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have the time off, because it can mentally destroy you. As
For
you
sure.
see it, you get out, and suddenly this alertness that you had is no longer there.
Yeah,
And like you said, you start drinking, you start escaping from.
this is it. You run
what
from
you
yourself, and then you really gotta find yourself somewhere around. So I think around 27, I stopped, and I really had to sit down and ask myself these questions.
Yeah.
And that's when I came to Thailand. It was to get away, not necessarily running from yourself.
Yeah.
It was more like I need to change the environment.
Yeah.
Because back home, things were getting wild. It was the same thing.
It's
reputation.
chasing you.
Yeah, it's the reputation of things.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking party on the weekend, see the same people, do it over, spend money. You're wasting life, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it's so easy, especially at places like this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
To just get lost because there are 17 parties
Mm.
running around
Yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah. I
you
got
know?
lost the first year here, for
Mhm.
sure.
Who didn't?
For sure. You gotta get like that.
Of course, you gotta go through the storm in order to
Yeah.
not be afraid of it.
Yeah,
to
for
look at the
sure.
bullshit and say like, okay, my discipline
Yeah.
is more important than it.
You gotta catch yourself back
Yeah,
real
absolutely.
quick too.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
here, if you are not going to make your
It's
own
too
schedule,
easy. It's
who's
too
gonna make it
easy.
for you?
Yeah.
Who's gonna say, oh, now you need to do this and
You're
that?
on
and
your
after-
own. You're on
yeah,
your own, absolutely.
and nobody cares. Actually, you have
Nobody,
people that
yeah.
they
You
are
too.
friends on the island.
Yeah.
But real friends, the ones that tell
Yeah,
you, bro,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
fucking up.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to mines back home, blesseds. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, you gotta have a firm ground of friends here
Yeah.
who you can count on. Something goes wrong for sure. And it's a small island. It's not that big. But if you keep your circle small within this island, you're good to go. Stay out of trouble. Have the right people around. Yeah. You can live. But obviously, you come here as a Farang. The first time you're wild. You're young. You're
Yeah.
full of it. You're seeing everything. It's like a paradise for. You can do anything. You
Yeah.
can be a yogi, you can be a Muay Thai, you can be. do
Here
anything
you
want.
need to learn here that it's not always what you want, but what you need.
What you need.
You know.
And when you need
Yeah,
it
and
too.
when you need it.
When.
And when did you start with the Muay Thai?
When I first got here, I did a couple of classes. It was not consistent. Because like I said, I broke down the first year. It was
Yeah.
wild. And then got back into it slowly. We did like combat jujitsu and stuff in the army, so we were always competing against each other and all of that. So I wanted to always be in this fighting situation.
Yeah.
This
Just be alerted,
This
keep
whole
some
world.
sort of-
Yeah, it keeps you. It's like therapy.
Yeah.
That's why I do Muay Thai hard now, because it keeps you fit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the therapy behind it mentally, It gives you that drive.
You're living in the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're exploding those bags or those people around you, you know, like you're not thinking about the
Yeah,
past.
yeah.
You're not thinking about the future.
No, you're
You're
living there.
100% here.
You're living there, and you're
That's
letting out.
meditation.
Yeah, this is the therapy.
Yeah.
This is the same as closing your eyes, or cooking for me is another therapy. I love cooking. Like, you put me in a kitchen, there's no recipe. I'm going with the flow,
Yeah.
going with what I know. And yeah, Muay Thai helps you to know yourself as well too. You got to know yourself, know your limits. Especially, you get injured quickly, you get fucked up. It's not an easy sport, but it's helped me along the way for sure.
Yeah. The mental clarity.
For sure, 100%.
It's, you know, looking at disciplined people doing their craft
Mm-hmm.
is so satisfying, you know, because even if you're not talking to people around you while you do it, they look at you and immediately they tell themselves,
Right.
am I doing enough?
Right.
And the second they ask themselves this question, they already know the answer.
Right.
If I'm asking myself, am I doing enough? No, I'm not.
Right.
Because the moment I ask myself this question is already, okay, I have this doubt in myself.
It's the same. It's the same as for me too. Like, I'm not 100%. You always not gonna feel fulfilled.
Yeah,
You're gonna see someone who's better. It's human competition. You know?
yeah,
It's a psychological thing. So you gotta, like I say, know your limits, know where you're at, and then you can move forward slowly, step by step. And it's not just discipline. Yeah, you can be motivated by seeing someone. Discipline is like the root of a tree. You know, it's your foundation. Then when you live by that, it's like a way of life. You don't stop this. Motivation, you can stop. This can
Yeah.
break easily.
yeah,
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, half the time, a lot of times, I should say, I'm demotivated. I don't want to run.
yeah.
I don't want to get up. I don't want to do Muay Thai. I just do it. But I learned something in the army. It's like false motivation. It's basically tricking your mind, lying to yourself, saying, look, I don't want to fucking do this, but let's go. And just let's go. That's why I'm always like living by this phrase, let's go. You trick your mind, because the minute you step out your house, that's the first step. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gone, bro. That's the discipline right there.
Mm-hmm.
But discipline as well tells you, hey, I need to stop. You get injured. It's too much. Your body's calling for rest.
It's sometimes, you know, like discipline, yeah, and like I'm trying to do the same thing. What's trying? Like it's working pretty good for me.
Mhm.
The replacement of the motivation with the discipline. Because if motivation is going like this,
Right.
discipline is slowly rising up, you know, and the person that I learned a lot about discipline
Mhm.
from is David Goggins.
Right, right,
You
right.
probably
right. For
know
sure,
this guy
for
for
sure.
sure.
Shout out to him.
Like this guy is probably the embodiment of what discipline looks
right,
like.
right.
But also it can look like people like that. The discipline can get even, you know, the guy does not have a layer between his bones.
Right.
You know,
it's
like
it's hard. You can have discipline for any type of lifestyle that you want. He wants it for running. He wants it for motivating others. He wants it for this fitness lifestyle. I mean, if you're a chef, you're gonna do the same thing. Have that discipline and put your work in.
yeah.
But you're gonna fail as well too. You're gonna break yourself just like he did,
Mm-hmm.
and we all going to. And I mean, that comes with it. Pain, sweat, blood, tears.
At what point does discipline become destructive?
With ego. Because if you take that discipline and you don't know yourself yet, you step out of boundary, you step out of line with yourself. That's the ego inside. You feel like you're bigger than the person you really are.
Mhm.
It got me before. I ain't gonna lie. I think it gets everyone at a certain time, and you gotta pull back, catch yourself. And ego will destroy you, man. Like, it's a different mentality.
Yeah, as I see it, like your ego will be your worst boss,
Yeah,
but if you know how to maintain it and
For
keep
sure.
it like your
For sure.
servant,
for sure. You can keep it, but it's a dangerous game.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? It's walking a thin line. So I'd rather replace that ego lifestyle with complete discipline, where I know myself, and when I see the ego catch myself, I have the discipline to return back to your
Yeah.
self-conscious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Like,
hard. It's hard because
it
you got a
is.
lot of manipulation out there. You got a lot of distraction. The
It
world's
is.
not easy
Yeah.
today than before, bro. 10
Mm-hmm.
years ago, it was different. You could have said different shit. Now you can't. And here we are. You know, life is changing slowly, but actually pretty fucking fast. But yeah,
It's, as a guy, I lost a lot of weight in my life.
that's good,
So
man.
the ego, I find it crippling on me from time to
Mm-hmm.
time, because you work out and suddenly you see your abs and suddenly you see
Mm-hmm.
muscles and you see veins and like, oh, I can go farther,
But
and
would you say that's ego, or is that not self esteem? Like you seeing what
so
you
the ego comes, it is self-esteem, and it is like me acknowledging that I'm doing something good, because for
right.
the past year I've been waking up at 6:30 a.m. every morning
Great,
and
it's
doing my
perfect.
shit and eating right, and like I can see the results,
That's the code.
but
Yeah,
the moment that you start like thinking again about me
yeah,
and me
yeah,
and me,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where you catch yourself and you're like,
It could be self
be
esteem
careful.
because if you have low self esteem, it's the same as this ego thing. You know, it's right there. It's just it goes hand in hand. But like I say, once you know yourself, bro, you know people are gonna see a difference when someone compliments you. Hey, you look great. It can turn that into motivation, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean.
100%. And especially at the place we go to, at
Yeah,
the gym over there, everybody is like super friendly.
yeah, yeah. Example: when you came up to me, it's motivation for me too,
Yeah.
because not just for myself. You know, it's like, look, I'm doing something
Yeah.
right.
No, bro, like the way you are up there, like it looks like you completely, like everything is black around you when you fight, when you're doing this, because you don't look left and right when you're having those kicks. You
I'm
don't
I'm
look.
here for it. I'm locked in. You know, when I'm there, I go to the gym, I do my thing, and I try to get out. Stay focused, give it your 100% because it's passion too. Passion is what brings out the whole, how you say, the whole lifestyle of this fucking discipline, bro.
And
It's
like, is it purely recreational or you're doing it professionally?
purely recreational, therapeutic.
To have this level of discipline while not doing it professionally is even more impressive,
I appreciate that.
because it's exclusively coming from within you without any need for an external something that you're gonna get out of it. You
I
don't have any
got you.
interest in
I
it.
got you. It's like something to look forward to, but it's like to vouch for yourself. You know, everyone wants to fight. People, guys come up, they're like, "Hey, when are you fighting?" Coaches as well. It's been a long time. Like even my first coach, shout out to Jamod Muay Thai, blessings. They asked me to fight a long time ago before, and I just haven't done it. It's not something like that I feel like I need to do to prove to myself at
Yeah.
least. You know, it's
When
like
was your last fight?
no, I don't fight. Like I compete in the military and all of that, but before, now I don't do. It's purely recreational. I don't do none of this.
And are you coaching?
Yeah, I can train people as well.
Mhm.
Like during the pandemic, I was coaching people down in Mexico. It was cool. You learn yourself as well too.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. When you're trying to show something to someone else, you are going to get faced with your own faults.
It's amazing to
Yeah.
see because now you can see the foundation that you're building for yourself and the client.
Mhm. You gotta teach it correctly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. You can't be an asshole too much.
Mm-hmm. But you do have to put some of, like the trickster
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. You got to. You got to have fun with it.
Yeah.
If the person has a passion for this thing, bro, you're gonna be doing it for life.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. How you say? It's the best that comes out of the people who with passion. The people with passion, they give their all. Not just the tourist who comes for one or two class and they break down. Oh, my feet hurt. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a combat sport. It's you got to be ready to go.
There is something inside your brain or your heart or whatever it is, your soul, that like the moment you say I can't,
It breaks
your
you down.
power is completely
it's
gone.
it's your heart. I think because if you're doing something like Muay Thai,
Yeah.
like what you do, it's just your heart. This is passion is from within.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it'll play a mindset on you. Like you'll question yourself, but you'll do it. So this is what I think. It's from here.
It's it's so, sometimes you gotta you gotta face the fact that I'm not even knowing what I'm saying right now, but it's there is something to this. I don't even know how discipline works at the base of it, because you start doing something and you do it again and again and it becomes a habit and you're no longer thinking about it.
Well,
It just automatically, like,
this
you
is
think
this is
before
it.
you go to the gym in the morning.
No, it's more like I say, discipline is the lifestyle of it, like you're explaining, right? So when you have this lifestyle, you're not thinking about. It's like driving a car. You're not thinking about this. You already
Yeah.
have this reflexes. So it's almost the same as discipline. You don't think about this. You'd know if you have to go. The mentality would tell you, "Hey, I shouldn't go today." Physically, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta push yourself, break that mentality, break that habit, and you gotta change as well too, because reputation will get you nowhere. I tell you that. Too much reputation, I should say. You stay in your comfort zone too long, you're not
Mhm.
gonna progress.
It's like expecting that the result will be different while doing the same thing
Yeah, for
is
sure,
insanity.
for sure. You can't sit down on your ass and do the same thing.
Yeah,
man.
it won't work. And
Yeah.
you said to me before we started that you live here for 9 years now.
Yeah.
What attracted you to specifically this island? How
Well,
did you get
honestly, bro, like I told you before, like when I broke down back home, and I came out here. It was really to go to Vietnam because I wanted to see the history between the war,
here?
and then the cheapest flight was to Thailand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And my boy was always like, he's like, "Yo, go to Thailand, chill out, then go to Vietnam, go see the islands and shit. You'll probably never come back." And here we go. Shout out to Chad.
9 years later.
The idea is like almost fucking 10, bro. Yeah. And came out here, booked a flight New York City. Boom, I'm here. Came down to the full moon party. Booked 5 nights on this island.
Mm-hmm.
Came the night before full moon party. I think the second day I was in love with the island. It was not like very long where I was like, I need to stay here. Not
Yeah.
need, that I'm going to fucking
Yeah.
live here.
That's my life now.
Yeah, this is exactly where I need to be. Obviously, I went to Vietnam and all of that during the year, and but I love this place. Like I've always used it as a base camp. Go to other countries,
Yeah.
travel around, come back to Copenhagen.
Yeah. The moment you go here and you understand that the energy that surrounds this place.
You're gonna know it's gonna hold you too. I tell you what, this island has energy too. Like it's gonna kick you off when it doesn't want you here.
Mm-hmm.
Some people come here, they crash, they have a bad time, they have a horrible time. When the island is not syncing with their.
It's not for you right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sometimes
you
you just
know.
need to face it.
You'll know for
Yeah.
sure.
I knew this island kicked me twice, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. You're gonna have that time because you remember you're investing your life here, you're investing your time here.
Mm-hmm.
So that energy is gonna build, and then you're gonna have to welcome and embrace the bad times too, and push on from that. Like for sure, I had some crazy times, but it's where I want to be right now, for sure.
Listen, if you're here for 10 years, like, obviously
Yeah.
something
yeah,
here
yeah,
works. Because
Yeah.
as I see this place, like, it's like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
It's like on your good habits will get better and your
Mhm.
bad habits will get worse.
For sure.
So the moment you stay corrected to yourself and you stay humble and you stay like with yourself, everything will gonna get better.
Yeah.
And if you're turning into a shitstorm of drugs and bullshit and parties,
For sure. It's a small island, bro.
you're gonna crush.
Stings like domino effect. It
Yeah.
goes down quickly. With the wrong people as well too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I say, you maintain your squad, your discipline, you're good to go. You can have an easy life. The Thai people are great here. Shout out to the Thai people. The Thais are great, man. Like, this island is simple. Live in peace. You attract the same thing.
And how do you see the change of the island for the past 10 years?
Well, for sure. I should say, structure wise, development wise, crazy. All this housing and all of that. Um, I'm not an activist for nature
Yeah,
and
for
all
sure.
of
None
that,
of us.
but
It's all
you
good.
can see the change. Obviously, shit is
Mhm.
going up quickly as well.
Yeah.
And since the pandemic, I should say, people are investing more. Like, shit got cheaper. So, I mean, you could definitely see that change on that aspect of things. Uh, People wise, you have people running from wars as well, migration.
Yeah.
Like, your country, you have Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Russians coming in,
Myanmar.
Myanmar. You
Yeah.
can see this as well. You have other countries too, small, even from Africa as well too. You see them
Yeah.
coming in. The Indians as well too. Definitely see the change on the tourism sector. Um, Other than that, just people that I've seen here since 9, 10 years. The
Yeah.
same Thai people, you know, it's great.
Yeah, some things are just meant to stay.
Yeah.
Some, if they're Thai or they're like Farang or whatever.
Yeah.
Like some people understood the idea of this place and they're just addicted,
Mhm.
like you, like me.
Yeah. I love it.
That's beautiful. And like you said that COVID you didn't do here.
No, I left. I left because I wasn't sure how things were gonna operate here.
Yeah.
I worried about my family back home. Went back. Uh, yeah, I couldn't think about what's gonna happen in Asia because China was going crazy at this time,
Yeah.
and things was out of hand on the media. You didn't know what was real.
Oh, the amount of bullshit we've seen, bro.
And I was here in the earlies. That I think it started in March. I was here in February, January, even January of 2020. You was hearing about this shit in China, and people were already masking up.
Yeah.
So you was seeing people coming in.
4 years ago, huh?
Yeah, crazy.
How time fucking flies.
Crazy. And look how much it's changed.
Yeah.
I mean, weed's legal.
This fact is
Economies.
completely crazy, Like, if this island was crazy for years,
Oh shit!
and then
bro.
they legalized weed, and like
Yeah.
there was zombies of alcohol,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now the zombies of the weed going around, nobody knows how to speak.
I mean,
Everybody is having anxiety attacks.
It helps the economy. It helps the economy definitely.
I heard they wanna reverse it the end of the year.
I'm not sure about it, but you hear talk here.
I don't know if
and
they can, So many businesses, so much
so many
economy.
investors and all of that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not. Everything's by word of mouth,
Yeah.
So
that's a
we'll see if
problem
they
also.
really change it or not. For now, I'm enjoying the smoke. Everything's cool. Yeah,
How's your relationship with the flower?
it's great. I try to maintain this balance. Sometimes you over smoke as well.
Yeah.
Like, but it doesn't affect my performance, I
Mhm.
should say. When it does, you got to take a.
I know about myself. I
Mhm.
have a tendency for addiction.
Right.
Yeah. So if I like something and something does good to me, why not every 2
shit.
hours?
Yeah. 2 hours would be fucking great if I could last that long now. Like, I smoke a lot, bro. Like, I smoke a lot. I'm stoned at the gym, but I'm focused. Like I say, it does not play this effect.
Some people has the relationship with it.
Here's what happened. When I first started, like I told you, when I first started this shit, like at 28 or 29,
What's your age right now? If
I'm 38.
38. Fuck,
Yeah.
bro, you look good.
Thanks, bro. So at 28, I started smoking this shit. I realized it gets you lazy, obviously. But I said to myself, look, motherfucker, you can't be lazy laying around. This shit is gonna fuck you up, because it was working for my pain. And
Yeah.
I needed it to stay there without me getting addicted or stupid
Yeah.
with this shit. And can't perform. And I can't perform with this. So I was like, let me lie to myself every time I feel fucking tired, lazy with this shit. Get up, get off your ass and go do something. sweep the house, mop, something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And now it's the same. Like, I think my girl comes over, she sees me, hi, I'm fucking sweeping. She's like, what are you doing? Like, you know, shout out to my girl.
it's it's great to see, you know, that beyond the level of I wouldn't call it addiction, but like your relationship with it, it's like you still have the ability to get up your ass
Yeah,
and
yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
things.
I try to maintain, man. It's not easy every day. Like I say, you're gonna have those days where you're like, fuck, man, it's too much. But you go. Like I say, first step of the day, make your bed up, get out the door, and you're good to go. Drink water. You'll be all right.
And what would be your tip for someone that wants to start developing this kind of lifestyle, but still finds himself in those bad habits
Well,
as a person that moved out of the addiction of alcoholism? And
it's slow. It's slow. It's a hard process, man. It depends on how this person is dealing with his life, what situation he is. Everyone is different. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You can come from a background of pure narcotics, you know? Cocaine or some shit is more difficult for them.
100%.
Or it might be easier with a person with a stronger mentality. So I don't know for sure how it's going to play along. But what you can do is first get off your ass. Get off your ass. Get up early. Take that leap of faith. You're not risking anything. You're just going to get better. You know, you have no losses there.
Yeah,
You're just going to get better. And when you have that mentality, there's nothing going to hold you back. Discipline's going to come slowly but surely. You know what I mean? Day by day. It's not easy.
yeah. And the hardest thing in my eyes is to start. You know,
To
because
start.
the power of momentum is by your side,
Yeah.
and you're already developing the habit of continuing and doing it again and again and
Yes,
again.
yes, yes.
You're in it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in it, and the moment you're in it, people start looking at you and start observing and start seeing,
Yes.
oh, where does this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, this game is collective.
Of course.
You know, you can do things for yourself, but the energy distributes like to others,
For sure.
and like the fire that others has in their heart. You know,
Yeah.
probably smaller than someone like you, but
Mhm.
when you come and you show, then suddenly they're feeling it inside of them,
course.
because we are social
It
creatures.
spreads, man. It spreads. You know, you can feel that, even the negative energy around you as well
Mhm.
too. So I mean, this lifestyle, man, you gotta know yourself, know when to block this energy, know who comes in your circle. It's you gotta be wise for sure, you know. And as men, we look at things very logical, I should say.
Yeah,
So the logical thing, we would try to do the right thing most of the times without instead of how we feel. So I mean, if we as men look up to each other and look push each other in a direction, there's no risk, and you're not gonna lose. You know what I mean?
yeah, for
But
sure.
there are fuck ups as well. There are guys who are lazy, you know, out of shape, out
Yeah.
of position in life, out of mentality. They're unstable.
Still questioning themselves.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
am I
yeah.
the victim, and why does he has it and he has it and
Self
I don't?
sabotage.
Yeah,
Self sabotage.
yeah.
That's
Those
it.
those are the exactly same force
Mm-hmm.
that gets you to be disciplined,
Mm-hmm.
but on the exact like backwards.
Yeah.
You know, because the force is it's only there's only one type of energy. You know, it all depends how you choose that your relationship with it will be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what why I love seeing people so extremely positive like you know,
Mhm.
like it's in the game, we're going for it, like
I should say I look at things. It's 50-50 with positivity and negative. Like I embrace the negative too.
Yeah.
And it took a while to learn this,
yeah,
because obviously the nature of things. Just look around us. We got the trees. We're seeing life in that all the time. You're seeing that's like positive, negative, yin and yang. Everything is operating at this
Mhm.
system. So when you have that and you embrace this negative, obviously it's gonna be a shitty time. It's not gonna last forever though.
these
You know
two
what I
shall
mean?
pass.
It could have been worse. It is what it is. Drive on.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like like when things are positive and good and well, like I dealt with it for like a couple of years in my life, which I call, if I needed to give a chapter to those years, it would be toxic positivity.
Right, right,
You know,
right.
those times when you go like a horse that can't see left or right, you can't see the negative here, you can't see the negative here, the negative there, and you're strictly going only for
It's
positive.
tunnel vision. It's
Yeah,
tunnel vision.
and the snowball in your heart is getting bigger and
Mhm.
bigger and bigger, and suddenly the little problems that you have that you could have solved one by one
Mhm.
is becoming a cluster, a monster
sure.
of a situation
For sure.
that you don't even know how to deal with,
Mhm.
because you didn't take the time to go one by one of your problems and solve them
sure.
when they were easy.
For sure.
You know, so suddenly you go into the negative space
Mhm.
and you sit there, and it's not fun, yeah,
Mhm.
but it's the only thing you ever had to do,
It's true.
to just accept yourself as you are, because if you are trying to fight yourself, you're not going to go anywhere.
It's true. You can't run from yourself, like you say. It's not. This is not a game. You figure it out real easy. Life teaches you as well too. It depends on your faith as well too. Faith will teach you, like if you're strong in your faith, like whether you're Muslim, Christian, or Jewish. You know, people live by their standards within their faith. A lot of people do, and faith, it seems like it punishes you, or God punishes you within this aspect of things. And I live by faith as well too. I'm not religious. I do believe in God, but reading your Bible and stuff would tell you live righteously, and you see yourself sinning.
Yeah,
You break in this righteous way of living. That's breaking your faith, basically.
absolutely. Like at the base of every religion, as I see it, is love.
Mm-hmm.
You
For
know,
sure.
the fact that some people take the time to make religion about themselves,
Mhm.
and this is better than this, and it's theirs.
We took it too far, I should say.
Yeah, it's theirs. But
yeah.
I choose whatever situation I'm in to look
Mhm.
at the essence of it.
Yes.
You know, and the essence is love. The essence is compassion,
Unity.
unity,
Mhm.
collective consciousness, the
Mhm.
ability to be there
Unity.
for others, not because they are others, because you are there for yourself. It's
Yeah.
because the moment, if you are there for yourself, you are going to be there for everyone else, because you know that they are part of you.
This is it.
When you look at someone else and you can see your face in his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
you know that this is unconditional love. It's
Yeah.
not because I need something or I want something or I can have something in
There's
the
nothing
future,
to gain, yeah.
based on the fact that I know that some people that I didn't know were there for me when I needed it,
That's good.
unconditionally.
Yeah.
So who am I not to help what's going on around me?
100, yeah. That's it, bro. That's 100% true. I mean, I use faith as my foundation, just like discipline. It keeps me grounded. Obviously, I go off overboard sometimes with self, but that's ego playing in this part as well too. Ego is almost like a spirit, bro. It creeps up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You only find yourself after the fact.
Yeah.
It happens and then you're like, oh, it's ego.
Start regretting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being able to find out that it is ego before you exploded,
Mhm.
that's
For
the
sure.
task.
For
That's
sure.
that's a level that I don't know how you get there, because suddenly you pop
Yeah.
and things just happen.
Yeah, I mean, ego is a master of manipulation, bro. It creates competition between ourselves, then another person,
Yeah.
then competition is segregation. So then you don't unite. You at war with whatever you're focused on.
That's so crazy, the fact that like your ego can actually convince you that you
Mm.
are the one who is wrong and he's the one who is right.
Yeah.
You know, and still he is still a part of you, even
Yeah.
denying it.
It's you, all right. It's you, all right, and you got to realize that. You got to realize that very quickly. Life's gonna teach you.
Yeah, understanding that you are not the voice who is speaking to you,
Mhm.
to your mind. You are the one who
Mhm.
listens. You are the
Mhm.
one that chooses to. The entire structure of the ego is to talk to you, is to like make you cautious about things.
Can push and pull you.
Yeah, and like if you will constantly listen to it, he will never stop speaking.
Never. Never. And
How do
if
you go far from it?
you can't run from it.
Yeah.
It's there. It's that spirit that keeps on, like you're right under your shoulder.
And what's your relationship with your ego right now?
I mean, I try to keep this balance, man. You know what I mean? It's hard because you want to compete. I use myself as a competition. You know what I mean? There's no one I want to compete against. Obviously, I want to get better with myself. And the ego, like you say, you look in the mirror, that I look great. You know, you flashy, you look nice. Obviously, bro. And that energy surrounds you as well. Plus your culture, where your background you came from,
Yeah.
that plays a part. But we have a good relationship. I'm kicking his ass. So I
That's
think,
good.
yeah.
That's good. It's like also you're in such a competitive sport,
This is it.
recreationally.
This is it. Recreationally.
So you gotta maintain some level of awareness to this ego thing, because if you use it right, it will give
It
you a
can
little bit
shoot
of
you in
head.
the ass. Yes, it can shoot you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I think the military helped me with this ego as well too, because you get shut down quickly. A bigger, badder dude is gonna come beat you up.
Always.
You know, choke you out. I get choked out all the time. Shout out to my guys. But when we wrestle and when we do jiu-jitsu, you get choked out. I was always smaller than the bigger guys. You know, you black out, man. It's a done deal. You get shut up quickly, so you know when to cut this ego
Yeah.
real quick with a bigger, badder dude. So people who see you in the gym and they look at you like, yeah. I mean, guys have this way, you know. We see another guy like, yeah, I can take him.
So
Or
I am a guy who never fought in his life. I never
Right.
hit anyone.
Right.
No one has ever hit me. Not in street or like sports or nothing.
right.
So I don't have this. I can take this guy. You know?
I got you. For me, it's like you hear this thought, like it's this spirit right here. You hear this. It's whether it's ego or not, your mentality. You hear this. For me, at least, I ain't gonna lie. I hear that, and I see it not all the time.
No.
Not
People
all the
have
time.
it. People have it. I think I am the weird one that life just passed on him. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this guy doesn't have to fight anything.
Nah. You
No
can,
conflicts.
People are judgmental as well. I try not to be, but it's a sin, bro. Like,
Yeah, judgment.
yeah. We all have it in us. So I'll be lying if I say we did. Like, you judge people. I try not to, but I mean, you walk and you see people. You can feel their energy too.
Absolutely.
You can feel their weakness. You can feel the strength. You
Absolutely.
can see it in their eyes. People don't want to look at you. It's not friendly anymore.
Yeah, I've went to a Vipassana in Nepal to get rid of this judgment.
Right.
You know, like
Mhm.
something about there is a wall between us and reality that flick the judgment in second. You know, because even before you actively think about the situation that's going on in front of you, you already judging it based on the smell, based on the looks, based on the
Yeah.
color, based on
Amity.
so
Yeah.
taking the time to just disconnect from it
Yeah.
was probably one of the best thing I've ever done to myself. You know, this
Yeah.
judgment you don't even know when you judge. You think it's my thought, it's this, it's that, but it's a habit.
It is, and it has a lot to do with people and their background as well. If they were raised properly, you know, it can stem from a long line of how you were raised, what you experienced in life, and this plays a good part, man. And if you don't catch yourself in how to stop this shit at a mid adult age, adulthood, you know, you're gonna ruin yourself, man. Judging everyone. You know, my parents tried to raise me where we weren't rich, but we weren't poor. But don't judge another person because they don't have.
Yeah, the levels are exactly the same no
Shout
matter
out
what
to my
you wear.
parents. Blessings. Yeah.
Mhm. It's and at what age around, you know, you got familiar with your feelings. You got to understand that it's not going to always be nice, it's not always going to be bad, but
At an early age, I think I caught that on from whether it was school or being around my peers, friends, family, because you learn that quickly too as well, man. Feelings, You see people, how you say, you see people die around you as well too. You
Yeah.
know, I've lost people growing up before the military. You see people pass. You have failure at at a young age as well, whether it's school or whether it's some sport you're playing. I played a lot of sports, so it was
What was your favorite one?
football. It's still my
Football.
favorite. It's my ultimate passion, I should say. It's number one over Muay Thai. But this is where injury happens, and I gotta stop myself.
Did you ever had like a serious injury?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Many, many. I have a cracked. I was goalkeeper in school, and I jumped out for this ball. Short goalkeeper,
Yeah.
but we weren't playing like 8-footer goal. Jumped out for a ball. Guy runs in, and he has a fucking knee, and he put his knee, boom, cracked
With
over
the
here.
knee?
Yeah, yeah. Got sent to the hospital. That was one time. My shoulder popped out another time. Football is ultimate. Worse than Muay Thai for injury for me. It's number one.
It's crazy. I'm like I feel so vanilla, bro. I never broke anything.
Never.
It's all first hand, bro. First hand from the doctor that developed me.
I meant Thai. I mean, some people have that lifestyle, man. For me, it's a wild, like, stem from
Yeah,
a young age.
I don't know. I can
The
can only
activities.
praise my mother for it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
mom, you kept me
Shout out to your moms.
yeah, sheltered from reality for years as a little boy.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to your moms
yeah,
too,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Warrior, a true warrior that
Yeah.
taught me that you don't need to impress anyone and everything is
Mm.
good and just be comfortable in your skin.
Yeah.
Because I used to carry a lot of weight for most of my life.
I got you.
Yeah, like it was pretty hard, you know, because little kids can be super ruthful, you know,
For,
like
for
they,
sure.
they don't give
and
a
that's
fuck
a different
about
trauma in your
anyone.
mind as well,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's life has its mysterious way to reveal what you need, because I know that from those guys that made fun of me and caused this
Mhm.
trauma or whatever you want to call it, you know, I learned what compassion is, and I
Mhm.
learned that I have the capacity in my heart
Mhm.
to give to everyone, you know,
It's
because I will never allow anyone to feel like I felt, you know. So it's not what's happening to you in as I see it. It's not anything that happens to you. It's how you choose to accept the lesson
Mhm.
that you are getting to get from it.
What you learn from that and how you deal with that, your
Yeah.
failures and everything. And that's what people fail to do. You don't learn from your mistake, and you kept this repetition
Yeah.
of the same thing over and over.
The same lesson will come at 1,000 different shapes just for you to learn, and until you will understand that this is what I'm going through it and this is the lesson I need to learn, nothing will ever change.
Nothing.
Yeah, and
You're stagnant.
some people can just sit there 30, 40, 50 years doing the same mistake every day.
Yep.
And the moment you just need to pass through the door, and life
After the
will-
mistake, it's a lifestyle, yeah? They
Yeah.
don't see it as a mistake no more. It becomes a habit, then a lifestyle. It's complete break of discipline, break of awareness, and all of that. Yeah, within. It's a tough thing.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. And also being able to look at yourself and say, what I'm doing right now is not working.
Yeah.
You know, being able to just understand that the crazy routine you put for yourself is not for you. And
Mhm.
changing it can be the hardest thing ever. But until you're going to make the first step to go outside of your
Mhm.
comfort zone,
Mhm.
to allow yourself to be vulnerable, to get hurt,
Mhm.
to be left at,
Yeah.
you know, nothing will ever change
Yeah.
if
For
you
sure.
keep your boundaries just to make others satisfied and make others happy and forgetting
Mhm.
about yourself. The cycle will never break.
It's true. It's 100%. 100%. Yeah.
I love your calmness, bro. Like, there is something about you, you know, you're so humble and you know how to just stay true to yourself.
Appreciate that.
And that,
I
that
try to maintain.
you don't need to try, bro.
'Cause I
Trying
get
is keeping you
wild,
away
yeah.
from just fucking doing it, bro, because you're doing it.
I
Because people
appreciate
see
that.
it on you. And it doesn't even matter because I know that you see it on yourself, because both me and you know that it's a daily war, and every day you need to be there.
Mentally, it's a daily war for sure. Spiritually as well too.
Yeah.
I mean, in all aspects, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's like a whole circle that needs to be
your whole
synced.
being.
Yeah, sync together, heart, spirit, and mind.
Yeah, and I try to get this system of me that, like, to die every time I'm going to sleep and to be born every time I'm waking up.
Yeah, you can look at it like that for sure.
And every day is a new day, and every day is a new opportunity. And carrying the failures of yesterday will keep me away from the successes of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to let go of everything and just be focused now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so connected to what you're saying about that you are in the moment, giving those kicks, shouting those this air pressure from yourself, being there is simply amazing, bro.
Yeah, it takes a while to build yourself, to get to that place where you're like, okay, I'm good here. This is what I need to do. And then you start living, really. Then you start appreciating your environment, what you're doing. And it becomes art and passion, like I say.
Too many people are focused on the destination.
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying the road. Because the destination at the end of the day, if you want to jump to the end, you're going to die.
For sure.
Surprise!
For sure.
You're going to die someday. So
for sure.
Just enjoy the way you just decide to do things.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment. Give yourself time to heal. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Adjust to your movement, how you move, because times are changing. You adjust to your plans. You don't have to plan everything. You go with the flow as well. And when things happen, adjust. Don't frustrate yourself. Don't worry too much. Because people worry. Worry is stress. It's unhealthy as well. It breaks the whole conscious.
What are you doing with anxiety?
Well, I don't really suffer from that. Again, like,
bless.
For me, this word, I try to keep it out my mind completely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't place this in my mind, so I don't have this feeling of anxiousness. It hit me before, maybe once or twice, but I break that real quick because when it came in, I looked at myself like almost on spot and say, look, fuck this. Because it's psychological, bro. It'll break you real quick. It'll make you run in the street naked. It's almost like a bad trip on mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It can send you. And I can see how people can break down and get to this point, even to be suicidal with this anxiety that they suffer from. But to break this anxiety for people, bro, find what you love. Find your passion and go with it. Because what the fuck is anxiety really? If you really sit down and take a good look at this thing, what is it?
I would say that anxiety is you knowing what you need to do but not doing it. Anxiety can be this, I have so many things that I need to do. I have so many emotions that I don't address.
Exactly. It's excessive worrying.
Yeah.
And this builds up this stress. And stress gives you this anxiety where you burst off this energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I want to thank you so much for doing it. This an hour, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you so much, bro. You're a model for others to look what discipline can do to a person. And I wish you nothing but the best and just keep on rocking, bro.
Thanking you for having me.
We are looking at you. Peace.
I see you. Blessings, bro.
Join the journey, stay for a while.